Good evening, everybody. Mystery Schooler here, back with another slideshow presentation. We're going to do CHARON. Also known as the ferryman of Hades, guide his souls across the river Styx, which divides the realm of the living from the realm of the dead. In the Catabasis mytheme, heroes such as Aeneas, Dionysus, Heracles, Hermes, Odysseus, Orpheus, Pirithous, Psyche, Theseus, and Sisyphus journey to the underworld and return still alive, conveyed by the boat of Charon. And guys, as usual, all the citations for my presentation come from Wikipedia. Take that for what it is. Wow, look at all these Greek gods and all these stories or all these heroes here that got saved by Charon. If he wasn't chill, and took him back on the way back from Hades, they would have never made it. So, I think we look at death as in such a dark way, and really it's just another stepping stone to life, isn't it? And without him guiding you on the ferry in the river Styx, you're just flowing with the endless river just everywhere. He's a guide. We need to look at him more like a spiritual guide and less like this evil thing to come take us away or whatever. It's a natural flow of the universe, or whatever you want to call it, life. He is the son of Nyx. It's like super awesome goddess of darkness, the void, I'm pretty sure. He is also the brother of, among many others, Thanatos and Hypnos. Hypnos is another servant of Hades. I'm pretty sure he's like the record keeper. Like when you get down there, take your info. The name Charon was is a proper noun from, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, a poetic form of, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, of keen gaze, referring either to fierce, flashing, or feverish eyes, or to eyes of a bluish gray color. The word may be euphemism for death. The ancient historian Diodorus Siculus thought that the ferryman and his name had been imported from Egypt. Oh. If you guys checked out my Emerald Tablets of Thoth video, you'll start to notice a lot of similarities here. Charon is depicted frequently in the art of ancient Greece. Attic funerary vases of the 5th and 4th centuries BC are often decorated with scenes of the dead boarding Charon's boat. On the earlier such vases, he looks like a rough, unkempt Athenian seaman, dressed in reddish brown, holding his ferryman's pole in his right hand and using his left hand to receive the deceased. Hermes sometimes stands by in his role as the spirit guide. Now, guys, when you know Hermes is Thoth, and you watch my Emerald Tablets video once again, this is going to start to sound familiar again. On later vases, Charon is given a more kindly and refined demeanor. So, they cleaned him up later, they sexified him later, but he's a dirty old man back in the day. In the 1st century BC, the Roman poet Virgil described Charon manning his rust-colored skiff in the course of Aeneas' descent into the underworld. Aeneas, descent into the underworld. There Charon stands, who rules the dreary coast. A sordid god, down from his hairy chin, a length of beard descends, uncombed, unclean. his eyes like hollow furnaces on fire. A girdle foul with grease binds his obscene attire. Whoa. Dang, dog, some sick lyrics. Other Latin authors also describe Charon, among them Seneca in his tragedy Heracles, Furens, where Charon is described in verses 762 to 777 as an old man clad in foul garb, with haggard cheeks and an unkempt beard, a fierce ferryman who guides his craft with a long pole. In the 2nd century, Lucian employed Charon as a figure of his Dialogues of the Dead. This is being used in many parts of the world, guys. It's not just a Greece thing. The more you study these types of topics, the more you're going to realize that. In the 4th century, Dante Alighieri describes Charon in his Divine Comedy. Charon is the first named mythological character Dante meets in the underworld. Dante depicts him as having eyes of fire. Elsewhere, Charon appears as a mean-spirited and gaunt old man, or as a winged demon wielding a double hammer. Although Michelangelo's interpretation, influenced by Dante's depiction in the Inferno, shows him with an oar over his shoulder, ready to beat those who delay. I ain't got time for that. In modern times, he is commonly depicted as a living skeleton in a cowl, much like the Grim Reaper. So yeah, you guys, this is for sure where the Reaper stuff comes from later, you know. And then our immature view of death takes care of the rest. Most accounts, including Dante's Inferno, associate Charon with the swamps of the river Acheron. Ancient Greek literary sources such as Pindar, Aeschylus, Euripides, Plato, and Callimachus also place Charon on the Acheron. Roman poets, including Propertus, Ovid, and Statius, named the river as the Styx, perhaps following the geography of Virgil's underworld in the Aeneid, where Charon is associated with both rivers. See these rivers that flow out of the middle here, guys. This is where it all began, okay? All cultures and all, in my opinion, all came from Atlantis, came from here first. Then this sank, then we spread out, and then what you know is culture, where we want to call it, began. Just my take on it. As always, thank you so much for watching. It's a much more epic depiction here. Don't be afraid to sub and like. Much love. God bless everybody. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate all of you. Have a blessed day.